Okay, on this problem, we are trying to find the zeros. So the first thing that we have to do is we're going to find an initial zero. And so we find an initial zero by plugging it into the graphing calculator and identifying where the y value is 0. Because if you identify where the y value is 0, that means that is an x-intercept. And so you look for the corresponding x component, and that will give you a shelf number that you can start with. Because remember the goal, we have an x cubed here. This problem is 4 terms, but it is not factorable by grouping. And so what we have to do is we need to get this down to a quadratic so that we can either factor, if possible, or so that we can do the quadratic formula. So we know that we are going to have to do synthetic division at least one time. So our shelf number, because I put it in my calculator, is going to be -2. And so I'm going to use my coefficients. And I'm going to do my synthetic division. Now remember, because I know that -2 is a 0, I know that this should come out as 0. Okay, so I had to fix my values. So 8 minus the 2 gave me a 6. 6 times the -2 gave me a -12. 25 plus a -12 gives a 13. 13 times -2 is a -26. So that gives me a 0. So I have an A, a B, and a C. Remember, you could try to factor that if you think it can be factorable, but I know that the factors of 13 will never give me a B. So I'm going to do my quadratic formula. Make sure you continue to simplify. The square root of -16 is a 4i. So we need to make sure we simplify. 6, 2, and 4 all share a 2. Okay, so my zeros are -2, -3 plus 2i, -3 minus 2i. And if you leave it as -2, -3 plus or minus 2i, that is also correct. Either answer works. So just take your time, use your calculator to get your initial 0, do your synthetic division, and then do your quadratic formula if it can't be factored, or you can just always do quadratic formula. And that's it. And remember, I love math, and so do you.